So this game was based on an old Sega Genesis game. There's a little movie to kind of set up the story, but we're gonna skip it because it's just really cheesy. I'll give you the gist of it. It's a fun, kooky little animation, but it'll be quicker to just kind of describe it. This was an old game for the Sega Genesis in the early 90s that was very, very fun. If things go well, maybe we'll play that game eventually on stream, but it was a roguelike game for the Sega Genesis that had a very simple premise. The backstory to the game is that you're two aliens flying around in their spaceship, and there's two characters, Toejam and Earl. Toejam's the red one, he's kind of the brains of the operation. Earl is the chubby one, he gets him into trouble. So Toejam lets Earl drive the spaceship, and as a result, he crashes on Earth. And when they crash land on Earth, the ship blows apart into 10 pieces and gets scattered throughout the land of Earth. And you have to make your way through the levels, collect all 10 ship pieces, and then you can put them together and get back to your home planet. So that's the gist of the game. And the game is quite short, all things considered. You work your way through 25 procedurally generated levels. And on those 25 levels are 10 ship pieces that you have to look for and collect. So you move from one level to the next, and along the way, all the way up to level 25, and along the way collecting 10 ship pieces to put your ship back together. And that's basically it. The gameplay in the original game was very simple. You could walk around and you could tiptoe. Those were the only two actions that you could do without a power-up. And they pretty much kept that core gameplay the same. We'll get into it when the game starts. But the original game also spawned a sequel, Toejam and Earl Panic on Funkatron, and a third game for the original Xbox called Toejam and Earl 3. Panic on Funkatron was an amazing game, albeit an entirely different gaming experience than the first game. So the original Toejam and Earl was sort of a top-down roguelike game, as I mentioned before, and Panic on Funkatron, the sequel, was a side-scrolling platformer that it had the same charm and the same amazing artwork and gameplay that the first game had, but it was just a completely different game. I was so impressed, even though I was a child when I played these games. And then the third game was all right. I played it once for the Xbox. It was nothing to take home, but it was it was still fun. And what this game is, Back in the Groove, is a remake of that original game, but it has also elements of the second and third games built into it. So the gameplay is the first game, but it also has hints of the second and third game. So let's kind of get started here. I mentioned before that the levels are procedurally generated. However, there are different game types that you can play with, and you can see some of them are locked out here. So in order to get the mode where the levels are procedurally generated, we first have to beat the fixed world. And fixed world is it's 25 levels, same as every other game, except these were the levels that were designed by the developers of the game to be, as tricky and difficult as possible. So every time you play fixed world, it's exactly the same. All the levels, the layout of the levels and the enemies and the power-ups and everything are the same. And you have to get to level 10 in fixed world before you unlock random world. So we're gonna have to beat fixed world first. And, we only have to get to level 10, but we're just going to go ahead and beat it. Like I said, the game is not super long. Fixed world probably takes the longest if you're not familiar with the levels, which I have some understanding of the levels, but I haven't memorized them. So it'll take about 2 hours to beat the fixed world. So in the original game, there were two playable characters. There was Toejam and there was Earl. These were the basic character designs that they had in the first game. And the starting characters that you can play with in this game include the original look for Toejam and Earl. They call it Old Skool Toejam and Old Skool Earl. And they also had updated character designs for this game specifically, where they gave Toejam some more clothes, and they gave Earl a hat and some slicker sunglasses and different clothes to wear. These other two characters, Letitia and Lawanda, are based on characters from the sequel and the third game, and they are also available as playable characters right away in this game. And then you unlock the other playable characters as you beat different game modes. So one thing to mention before we get started here is in the original game, the two playable characters of Toejam and Earl were pretty much the same. The only difference in whether you selected Toejam or Earl was that Toejam was a little bit faster. He could move around the map faster, but Earl had a bigger health bar. So Earl could take more damage before he would die. However, Toejam could move faster, so it was a bit of a trade-off. And in this game, they added other attributes in addition to just like speed and life bar size. Down in the lower left-hand corner, you can see speed and life bar size are the two attributes, but there's also presence skill, search skill, inventory size, and luck. And these, as you gain experience and grow in level throughout the game, these skills will increase randomly, and so your character will get better, because as the levels go on, they get harder as well. The enemies get harder as you get closer to level 25. And another cool thing to note before we get started is they gave each character special abilities, which is, I think, a really cool addition to the game, especially that they have 9 playable characters. For example, Old Skool Toejam special ability, he gets double time with certain presents. You'll see the power-ups in this game take the form of gift-wrapped presents, and certain abilities from certain characters allow added bonuses to certain power-ups that you can collect throughout the game, which it makes the game really fun, especially as far as replayability goes, because different characters have different power-ups for different things, so that changes the way you play the game. Last thing to note is that the power-ups come in the form of presents. Every character starts with a couple of presents right off the bat, so you don't have to find them, just as something to start with, and each different character starts with different presents. So that's the only major difference in these characters. And you'll notice every character has different stats as well. Some are faster than others, some have the bigger life bar size, some are luckier, some have a bigger inventory size, and so forth. And so that changes the way you play the game as well. So for this game, we're going old school. We're gonna beat fixed mode in the Old Skool Toejam skin. So let's get it started. You select the game type, but you can also select the difficulty as well. So if you're somebody who is not super familiar with video games, you can make the game a little bit easier. Normal mode is just, what I've always played on, but you can also make the game a little easier. I think all that this changes is how much damage you take from the enemies, or how big your life bar size is. It might change other things as well. I'm not sure. I've never really played on those, but we're gonna go normal mode for now. So let's get this started. And we'll be spouting a lot of information as we go here on the different power-ups and the different enemies and stuff. So if anything goes too fast, just drop it in the chat, and we'll if I make a decision or do something and don't explain it, just let me know. So this is what the levels look like. They basically are composed of grass, water, empty space, and then on some levels there are sand and snow. This first level, no matter what game type you're playing on, will always look like this. It always is the same island that you start on in the middle of the water. You can see here, the power-ups scattered throughout the game take the form of gift-wrapped presents. One of the other actions that you can do for this game that they added for this particular game is the search option. If I press the Y button, the character will search the immediate area for places where things might be hidden, and you can see there's a lot of trees and shrubs and stuff in the landscape. That was also something they added for this game, where there are places that you can search for hidden items, which was not available in the first game. So if I hit the search button and a tree or a bush or something shakes, that means there's something inside there. It doesn't mean that there's something good inside there, it just means there's something inside there. So we're gonna try here. You can see there, that's a moldy piece of cheese, so we're not gonna eat that, and an enemy popped out there, so we're just gonna say goodbye to him. You can go underwater in this game, and it'll just decrease your health until you jump out of the water, and then it'll go right back. But it doesn't give you your full amount of health, so if I had damage taken, that's where the breathing timer would start. It wouldn't, you know, it would start at wherever my health is. So, oh my god, okay. That can happen. So another enemy popped out of that tree, but the way that he was launched out dropped him right in the water. That's pretty convenient. So that's it. So the goal of every level is to find the elevator. The levels in this game are quite literally like levels built one on top of the other. And the way to get from one level to the next is the elevator. The elevator takes you up to the next level. That is the goal of every single level, to find the elevator to the next one. The only other goal that we have is to find the 10 ship pieces, and the game will let us know if we're on a level that has a ship piece on it. Level 1 is just to get things started, so it gives you some power-ups and it gives you the elevator. We can look at all of the presents that we've picked up, and you can see that we have the 2 presents that we started with, the decoy and the high tops. Those are 2 presents that Toe Jam starts with. The decoy just launches literally a little inflatable Toe Jam, and that will draw the enemies to it so you can escape. High tops boosts your speed, lets you move around the map faster and jump over stuff and things like that. Every other present that I picked up, though, you see has these question marks on it because we don't know what's inside. It's a present. And we won't find out what it is until we either open it or pay one of the Earthlings to tell us what's inside of it. The cool thing about that, though, is that once you know what's in a certain present, any other present that you find that looks like that will have the same thing inside of it. So here we have this pink present with a blue bow. If we open it and find out what's in it, if we find another present that looks just like this, then we'll know what's inside. So we can, if it's a good power-up, we can make sure to pick it up, or if it's a negative power-up, we can make sure to leave it behind. So let's just go ahead and move on to level 2. I'll try not to gab too much here. We'll keep this moving as quickly as possible. But the basic goal, like I said, yeah, we're gonna find the elevator on each level, and if there's a ship piece, we're gonna find that too. And along the way, we're gonna try to, pick up as many power-ups as we can. So not all, you can see here there's a little devil chasing me around, not all the Earthlings in this game are bad. If they have little sparkles around them, that means they do something good. So I can talk to this wise old man in the carrot suit, for example, and he will identify presents for me if I have $2, which I don't. The wise old man in the carrot costume is left over from the first game, and he appears on every level. He serves 2 purposes. He will identify presents for you, but also once you are ready to, once you gain enough experience to level up, you have to visit the carrot man before you can level up. So that's what he does. All right, so you can see in the lower right-hand corner there is the game map. So every level is, there is a pick up.
Can't catch me.
We can maybe try to corner this guy. Hang on, this guy will give us a present if we can catch him, but I don't want to waste. All right, no, we're not chasing him down. we don't need every single power up. So a lot going on in these maps. You can see there's food around. If it's good food, it'll restore your health. If it's bad food, it'll take away your health. That's how that works. This guy sells sushi. You can buy sushi for $1, and so you can save it in your inventory and eat it at a later time to restore your health. So that can be handy. And there's houses scattered around that serve the same purpose as the bushes and the trees. They'll provide items sometimes.
Whoa.
And most of the game you can see is empty space. And
Whoa.
if you fall off of the empty space, you'll actually go back to the previous level. It'll give you a few seconds where he teeters on the edge, so it's not like you just walk off right away, but it'll give you a chance to save yourself. But yeah, if you fall off, you just go back to the previous level, so you have to kind of do that level over again. But yeah, going back to the map, in the lower right-hand corner there, you see the game map. Each level is a 5x5 grid, and depending on how big the level is, those squares that we're uncovering can be different sizes. But that is how you know where things are, how you find the elevator, and on that little map, it'll show where the land is, it'll show where the water is, where any roads are, it'll show the elevator, it'll show the ship piece, and it'll show the caravan. You can see the caravan as well. So there we found the elevator for level 2, moving on to level 3. There was no ship piece on that level, so beyond picking up any other like power-ups or things like that, there's no real point in hanging around on a level. On the higher difficulties, like the hard mode and extreme mode and things like that, it does pay to spend a little more time on the lower levels because the levels 1 through 5 tend to be a little easier. The enemies aren't as hard and things like that, so you can get presents and stuff a little easier, because once you get to level 20, the difficulty really ramps up. So it's good to have a good stock of presents by the time you get to level 20. Okay, so that produced some pancakes, but I don't really need it right now. Okay, so alright, dang it, there's a dude flying around trying to get me. So the game will never put you in a situation. Okay, so if you get hit by the Cupid, your D-pad gets reversed. So you have to sort of, so like right now I'm pressing down and left and I'm going up and right. Okay. The game will never put you in a spot where you can't get to the elevator, even when it's procedurally generated. These levels were designed by the developers of the game in Fixed World, but in Random World, the levels are procedurally generated, but you'll never come across a moment where you like can't get to a place. So you'll notice back there a little sort of platform appeared out of thin air when I approached that area of the map. So there, whoops, if you stand still for too long, he falls asleep. So there are hidden pathways basically on the game that don't show up until you get right near them. And so it might appear that you can't get somewhere, but if it appears that way, that just means there's a hidden passage somewhere that you have to find. Okay, ring and telephones can spawn in the world, and those will uncover 4 squares of the map. Good for some quick experience or for uncovering something you want to find. In this case, it uncovered the elevator for us. This guy is chasing me. Okay. So that was pretty cool. It uncovered the elevator for us. Okay, let's try these guys. The cosplayers here, the Dungeons and Dragons guys, will allow you to roll a d20 to try to win some money. You put in $1, and if you roll higher than what they say, then you get some money. Let's give it one more shot. Dang it! All right. We're saving our money, we're not pressing our luck. So you can see there's tons of new Earthlings that didn't appear in the first game. That both negative Earthlings and good Earthlings. And the cosplayers are one of them that were an invention for this game. And I think it just really adds a lot to the depth of the game. Like they really took the core concept of the first game and just expanded on it and just made it much more deep. There's not a whole lot negative I have to say about this game. If you haven't noticed, the music is some of the funkiest music you will ever hear in a video game, which is obviously a plus. This good Earthling will trade you a present. And high tops, I'll give you this cheap. Nah, we want to hang on to those high tops. But yeah, music's a plus. They improved on the gameplay from the first game. Whoa! Dang it, there's a chasing me. And the jackhammer dude will do damage and expel some of your presents. Good thing is that once a Earthling does damage to you, it usually leaves you alone. It'll de-aggro once it does damage to you. Even if there's multiple Earthlings chasing you, if one of them does damage, then they will all start to leave. Then we found our first ship piece. So when you find a ship piece, you get a random prize. In that case, we just got a random present here. The hula lady will entrance you with her dancing and make you stand still for a brief moment, which by itself is not that bad, but if another Earthling that can do damage to you is also nearby, that can spell trouble. So we're gonna leave her behind. So now that we've got the ship piece on this level, oh, that damn boogeyman came back. We can just find the elevator and move on to the next. Caveman will eat, if you have any food in your inventory, the caveman will eat that. Gandhi is a good earthling. He will roam around. If you're standing next to Gandhi in his circle of flowers, you cannot be damaged. So that's kind of nice. Okay, there's a piece to restore our health. Let's just find the elevator and get out of this level. There's the Carrot Man, but we spent all our money on the Dungeons and Dragons players. So, so we can't pay him to identify any presents, and oh, but there's money. All right, might as well since we're right here. It's really in your best interest to identify presents whenever you can, because there are some very negative presents that can screw you over big time if you open them at the wrong moment. We've got 2 of these, so let's identify this one. Oh, 2 identify presents. So that present will allow us to identify one other present. So that was a good choice. And you'll notice I'm kind of okay. So one of the attributes I mentioned before was inventory size. Up at the top of the screen, you can see I am now carrying 15 out of 15 presents. So we got to get rid of some. What I'm going to do though is just use these identify presents that we have, and that'll free up some space. So I'm going to use this one, and we will pick one to identify. It doesn't really matter which one. Let's go with this one. Alright, and let's identify another one. Let's say this one. Lunch Sunday. Okay. So there's a ton of different presents. Some of them are self-explanatory. Lunch Sunday gives you health. I mentioned before the high tops boost your speed. The decoy deploys a decoy. The inner tube allows you to float on water. And that's about it. So we haven't gained enough experience yet to level up, so the Carrot Man can't do anything else for us. So we're just going to move right on to the next level. I think the elevator's over this way. Oh boy. Alright, let's try it again.
Hey, wanna roll?
Maybe they'll give us a lower number to roll this time. No, 14. Alright. That's alright. We'll find plenty of money as the game goes on. Okay, there we go. On to level 5. So, yeah, I mentioned before, there's not much negative I had to say about this game. Really, the only thing that took some getting used to for me was the, just the overall aesthetic of it. You know, like the character designs and the Earthling designs and everything. I mean, it's fun, but if you just compare it to the original game, you know, was using 16-bit graphics of the Sega Genesis, and those sprites of those, the Toejam and Earl and all the enemies and stuff just had so much character, and they were so charming. Oh my god, this guy's gonna get me. Money! So, of all the stats that the players have, speed is probably the most important. You can see I can kind of maneuver around this guy without too much difficulty, but if I was any slower, yep, there we go. And he did a lot of damage. You can see some enemies do more damage than others. Oh my god, he's gonna get me again. Yep, nice. Okay, there I just deployed a boombox, so he will be distracted while I snarf down this birthday cake up here. Okay, so that was a lot in a row, but basically we can't level up yet at the Carrot Man until we get more experience. The best way to get experience is by opening presents. So it's in our best interest to like open as many presents as possible, but also we have to be wary of any negative power-ups. So far we've only opened positive presents, but there are definitely you know, negative presents out there we need to look out for. Okay, I'm gonna see. The telephone despawned before we could get to it, so no help there. Alright, let's try this again. So last time I played, this was not working while I was streaming, but let's give it another shot here. There are a couple mini games that you can play in this game. One of them here is a rhythm matching game, kind of similar to Guitar Hero. They either play a beat and have you match that beat, or you play your own beat and then you have to match what you came up with. So let's give it a try here. This can be a good way to just get some easy experience and presence. So, and all of these characters here are their friends back on their home planet. So we're gonna play. Okay, it's working better than it did last time. Awesome. So as long as you get it pretty close, you get, there she gave me a buck and a broken present. And you can do each one twice. So let's try it again. And if you do well, you'll like move up in level. And so you'll see it says dance level 2, and you can go all the way up to level 5. All right, so we're gonna make a beat now. And the harder the beat that you make, the better a reward you get when you repeat it. I just try to do kind of the same beat each time, so it's a little easier to match. And you don't even have to get it perfect every time to get the maximum reward. So there, right there, we spent 20 cents, but we got $2 and 2 presents. So I think that's a pretty good trade. So our inventory is full again. Let's take our chances and just open up another present and see what happens. By the way, the broken presents are they show up once in a while in the world. Basically, all it means is that if you open a broken present, there's a chance that it'll blow up in your face. And that'll just take some of your health instead of giving you the present. So we'll leave those alone. Let's try this one. The Here I Am present draws aggro from all nearby enemies. So we're gonna just kind of wait until it wears off. Down on the lower left, you can see the clock running out. That clock shows you how much time you have left on your current present. So when it runs out, then the effects go away. So with opening that present, we did get enough experience to level up. And we can either, but I'm not gonna backtrack back to the caravan on this level. We're just gonna move on and we'll get the caravan on the next level because there's always one caravan per level. So no sense wasting time going back. We'll just go forward. Oh, we're not gonna trade away the amps. Pretty sure the elevator is over this way on this level. It's good to just grab any present that you see to. Oh shoot, that's right, we're all full. Let's try this one. Show elevator, there we go. So the show elevator present will point out where the real elevator is on the map. I say real elevator because there are some in later levels, there are decoy elevators that look like the real one, but they're not. Okay, there I opened a random present to free up some space, and it was a root beer, which is kind of a negative present and kind of also a positive present. The root beer restores a tiny bit of health, but it also gives you the burps. So you like keep burping as you're walking, which would not be bad, except it also like stops you. It stops you from moving, which is not ideal if you're being chased by an earthling. But none of the presents last really long anyways, so luckily any negative effects don't last too long. Alright, on to level 6. And yeah, they say little things. You notice the little speech bubbles coming up. That was something left over from the first game, where they would just make little comments as the game goes on. And they do that in this game too. Again, this happened the last time I played the fixed world. That telephone spawns right there, and then it just despawns before you can even get it. I don't know what the point of that is, but it's just to frustrate the player. Oh god. Bowling ball will bonk you on the head and do some damage. But if you look in a bush or a tree and a bowling ball comes out and there's a nearby earthling, it will do damage to the earthling and kill it. So oh, okay. So this guy will trade me the decoy present in my inventory for an amped identify, and I think I'm going to do that because that is a decent deal. Let's see, one thing we haven't talked about is amped presents. So when there's a chance that presents will be amped when you find them in the wild. Or you can see when you enter a level, there's a chance that one of your presents in your inventory will become amped. For example, on the last level, this Fudge Sundae was just a Fudge Sundae, but on this level only, it will be amped. And what that means is that the effect of the present will be amplified, is all that means. And that means different things depending on what the present is. So a positive present, it'll either last longer or have an increased effect. And depending on what so for example, this identify present we just got from the trench coat dude is amped. This means we'll be able to identify 2 presents instead of 1. So let's do that, and we can select 2 presents. So let's do this one, rose bushes there, and how about this one? Good Earthling. Rose bushes will allow you to spawn rose bushes behind you. That will sort of act as a barrier for any Earthlings that are chasing you. And then the good Earthling present will spawn a random good Earthling. Pretty self-explanatory. Most of the presents are kind of self-explanatory, but some of them are not. Some of them are pretty odd. And so yeah, these fixed world levels are pretty big. So I'm gonna do my best to remember where the elevators and shit pieces are on these, but all the levels kind of look the same too, so it gets difficult, but we'll do our best. But we'll be able to work through this game pretty quick. Should be able to get done with fixed world by 8 o'clock. Alright, so we are ready for promotion. Down in the very lower left, that little bar, the green and blue that's going up, that's our experience. That's our experience tracker. And when you are ready to gain a level, you go to the Carrot Man and you get a promotion. It's called a promotion when you level up in this game. So we're gonna go yes. And okay, so for whatever level you're on, the rank that you currently are, there's always a name for it. So you don't go from level 1 to level 2, level 3. Every level has a name assigned to it. So you can see there above, right above our health bar in the lower corner, the first rank you start out at is a Wiener. And once we are promoted to a Doofus. And that just keeps going and going for I don't know how many different ranks there are that you can achieve. But you can see there, so whenever we level up, it'll randomly pick 3 stats and increase those 3 stats by 1. And so we got life bar, present skill, and search skill. Like I said before, speed is kind of the most important one, so we'll always be looking to get speed when we level up, but it doesn't always go that way. Alright, we have $8, so let's identify some presents. We're just going to do this. Okay, tomatoes damages enemies. The one way you can inflict damage upon enemies are tomatoes, the tomatoes present, the slingshot present, and the tomato rain. So for whatever reason, only tomatoes can damage Earthlings in this game, I guess. Time teleport is cool. That just randomly brings you to a different part of the map, and for like 15 seconds, you can keep teleporting to different random spots on the map to hopefully get where you need to go. Spring Shoes is pretty effective in this game. Definitely the most buffed present from the first game. In the original game, the Spring Shoes present was borderline useless, but in this game, it's one of the best presents. Like, it got a huge buff for this game. And the Rain Cloud is a negative present. That will spawn a rain cloud above your head and do damage intermittently by striking you with lightning and doing some damage. So we're gonna not open that present, but we're gonna hang on to it because, well, there are cases where having a negative present in your inventory can be useful. For example, that guy in the trench coat will offer you a random trade, and if you have negative presents in there, he'll sometimes offer you a trade for the negative present, which would be better than having to trade away one of your good presents. Alright. So, I believe we have to go this way on this level. Here we go. And we can drop presents from our inventory too, like if we really wanted to get rid of that, we certainly could. And there are definitely advantages to leaving negative presents out of your inventory. It's not like, oh, like, I just won't open it, you know, you can't just say that, because there are some Earthlings that force you to open presents in your inventory, and if it's a negative one, then you got the negative effect. Oh my god, okay, we're just getting out of here. So the parking meters you see, you put 10 cents into a parking meter and something will happen. Like usually it spawns another parking meter, so you have to put in another 10 cents, or it'll spawn a button. It's free to push the buttons, but it'll do like one parking meter will lead to another, will lead to another, will lead to a button, and then when you press the button, something will happen. Maybe a piece of food will spawn, maybe a present will spawn, maybe an enemy will spawn, maybe a good earthling will spawn. You don't know what's gonna happen, but those parking meters are usually worth it, because it usually only costs 30 cents tops, and you might get a good present out of it, or a good earthling or something. So, if you see the parking meter, you might as well do it, unless you're being chased by an earthling. I just can't get over the music in this game. It's so good. French fries. Alright, so when you are on a level that has a ship piece, you can see in the upper, right at the very top of the screen there, it says level 7, and right next to it is the little ship piece icon. So that lets you know if you're on a level that has a ship piece on it. So you always want to look out for that, and make sure you don't skip over it. Because you can get so locked into finding the elevator sometimes, you kind of forget about the ship pieces. So there we found the elevator, but we haven't found the ship piece yet, so we can't leave yet. I'm just going to leave that present there for now. We'll get it on the way back. The guy on his cell phone will do damage to you, and I think he will also expel some of your presents from your inventory. Let's see if we get something better here. Button, coin meter, and a devil. Devils are pretty easy to outrun, though. Oh my gosh, our inventory's full, though. Let's try our luck on one of these. Telephone, okay. So if nothing else, even if you know where's... Hey, oh, the telephone spawned on the sand, and so it sank into the sand. That's... I didn't realize it could do that. That's kind of dumb. Okay, so... You'll notice the lady with the shopping cart is sleeping. If you get too close to her, she will wake up and chase you down. And the shopping cart ladies are really fast. So I mentioned before, the one other action you could do in the original game was tiptoe. And this was an opportunity to use the tiptoe feature, where if you hold down the A button, you can walk around, and that allows you to bypass the earthlings and get right next to them without waking up. Otherwise, if you're just walking and you get too close, then they'll wake up and they'll start chasing you. So, okay, so here we gotta go here, and then up here on this one. Grab this buck first. Money. And there's that ship piece. Alright, so that is ship piece number 2. Righteous Rapmaster Cockpit. And then you get a random prize. In this case, we're gonna get money. Alright. Wow. $6. That might be the most you can get off of that bonus. Oh, okay. So, and then the map helps because it lets you see the exact route that you have to take to get back to where you need to go. So, and the map is kind of small in the corner. You can expand the map by holding down the X button. So if you need to take a closer look, you can sort of bring that up and make it a little bigger. Alright, now we just got to make our way back to the elevator. And is our inventory still full? Yeah, let's just open up a present here and see what we get. Early on in the game, you can kind of be gung-ho with your presents and just open mystery ones. And there's not a huge chance that you're going to get something bad. I think there's more positive presents than there are negative ones, so the odds are in your favor. Here I got the tomato rain. So the tomatoes will do damage to all the earthlings around me. And eventually they'll pop and explode, so that's good. It will damage the good earthlings too, though, so you have to look out for that. So, like, if you really needed a carrot man or something, you need to like tomato rain right next to him. Oh gosh. Die. Please die. Yeah, there we go. Alright, let's go. And, oh yeah, with that, we were ready for another promotion, too, so that's kind of nice. right, level, what are we on, 8? All right, yeah, we can try to pick up the pace here a little bit. But like I said, all these levels kind of look the same, so it's hard to remember where to go. I think on this one I gotta go this way. There's a hidden passage here. Yep. Pretty sure this is the way to go. Oh wow, I almost just fell off the edge of the world there. And the search feature is not always worth it to use, but it can lead you to some good stuff. You'll notice, like, I don't always, you know, search the trees and the bushes and stuff. There can be negative things in there, and I found it's kind of a horse apiece whether or not you want to check every single bush and house. Yeah, you can find some good stuff, but you can also find some bad stuff that can really put you in a hot spot. We'll, yep, see, there was a guy hiding in that house. The Men in Black guy will make some of your presents mystery presents, which can be a bummer. Okay, promotion. Next level is cabbage. Now we're a cabbage. Alright, there's a speed boost. Inventory size, that'll help too. Searching skill. The search skill, it widens, like when you press the search button, it'll widen the radius of how far away you can search, which is useful. And let's identify these presents too, because we got $10. Yep. We've got some stacks. Okay, let's see. Earthling, present freeze, change present, that can be useful, and food. Okay. Present freeze stops you from using any presents for like 20 seconds. Earthling spawns an Earthling. Change present allows you to pick another present in your inventory, and change it to something else in the present. Okay, these sunflowers you can run into, and it will de-aggro all the Earthlings that are chasing you, and they won't be able to see you. They won't be able to hurt you either. They can walk by you and they won't do any damage. Okay, so where do we go on this one? I'm gonna check this over here real quick, but the guy with the quadcopter or the drone will not do any damage, but he will knock you back and force you to open a random present in your inventory. The shopping cart lady does some decent damage, and she is super fast, so I'm trying to avoid her. None of the Earthlings, by the way, can go over water. That's a good thing to point out. Well, actually, that's not true. Anything that walks on the ground can't follow you over the water. So the water can be a really useful tool to avoid the Earthlings. And you can see eventually they will de-aggro all by themselves. They won't chase you forever, at least not in this gameplay mode. I swear in the extreme mode, they chase you way longer than they do in the normal mode. Alright, so these levels in the fixed world are basically designed to be confusing, and we need to figure out exactly where everything is. Okay, so, like, we know there's hidden pathways here, but it's impossible to know where they are until you stumble upon them. So usually what this game boils down to is just sort of exploring the level that you're on and not getting damaged. You know, you have to explore the level and find the pathway to the elevator. You know, that's basically what the gameplay boils down to. Okay, we need to go here. This way, I think in the bottom lower left is where the ship piece is down here on this one. Yep, there it is. Alright, number 3. Moving right along. We're gonna get extra life. So yeah, down in the lower left, those hearts, that is how many lives we have. So if health bar reaches 0, we die, and we'll just respawn right where we died with an extra life. And what those hearts mean is how many times we can die. So basically what I mean, that counter will never go down to 0. Once you're on 1, that means you have 1 life left. That means you're on your last life, and I found that out the hard way. So it won't go down to 0. Like if you have 1 and you die, then the game's over. So I definitely found that out the hard way because I thought that it would tick down to 0, and then when you died with 0 lives, then it would. That's usually how it goes with video games, but for this one, the number there literally means like how many lives you have. So if you have 1 life left and you die, then you're dead. So that's how that works. All right, moving right along here. Level 9. Back a little bit and pull my microphone closer. There we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, we don't have enough XP for a promotion. Ice cream cone will fill up our health. Oh man. Shopping cart lady can be a plague sometimes. Like, she just moves so fast. The little troll there will shout obscenities at you. I think his name is Internet Troll. So he will shout expletives at you, and if he hits you, it's similar to the Cupid effect, Cupid's arrow. It'll randomize your directional pad, so you won't know which way you're going. Oh man! Oh shit! Tourist got me with her flash camera that also disorients you and does some damage. That drone hit me and forced me to open a Fudge Sundae. So, oh, and it apparently forced me to open a Tomatoes present. So let's just get to him. I'm gonna try to get this dentist too because the dentist does major damage if he hits you. Nice, he didn't see me. Okay, cool. All right, so that wasn't too bad. Let's keep moving here. Okay, so this is where we need to be careful. So we can see 2 different elevators here. So one of those, I mentioned before that fake elevators show up eventually in the game, and those will show up on the map too. So we need to figure out which one is the real one and which one is the phony one. I'm reasonably certain that the real one is this one over on the right, so we're gonna go there first. Go. Pretty sure this is it, but my memory is not always what it is. Oh, Santa Claus, we missed him. Oh geez. Okay, so there are mailboxes in the game that you can buy presents from, but there are also fake mailboxes that chase you, but you can circle strat them if you're quick enough, which it looks like I am. Some enemies you can seriously just do circle strats and run in a circle or an oval in a certain pattern, and they won't be able to catch you. So that's kind of nice. And there we go. We made it to level 10, so random mode is now unlocked. So we could go back and do random mode, but we're just going to go ahead and finish off fixed world first.
Whoa!
So, yeah, like I mentioned, in random mode, the levels are procedurally generated, like in Minecraft, if you'll want to think of it that way. So every level you go to is different. It has a different layout, the presents are in different places, the enemies are in different places, everything's different. So that just makes the game a lot more exciting. In these fixed world levels, you know, it's fun, but once you play the fixed world a few times, you kind of learn where everything is. So it takes some of the challenge out of it. For example, I believe this is the elevator. Oh shit! Oh! So the guy in the red is from the Spanish Inquisition. If anyone's familiar with Monty Python, which I'm not really, but I do know. The characters of the Spanish Inquisition are from Monty Python, and he will send you down to the previous level. So that's unfortunate. To speed this up, though, I'm just going to open up one of my presents. Let's do the high tops. That will allow us to run a little faster, and we can get to the elevator a little quicker. When you have the high tops on, you can jump too. If you go off an edge, you'll sort of jump, so you can jump over gaps or bits of water, things like that. You just have to be careful next to the edge. Oh shoot, Santa Claus, I forgot about him. So if you sneak up on Santa Claus and touch him without him noticing you, oh Jesus, that guy was camped out right in front of the elevator. If you touch Santa Claus without him seeing you, he'll get surprised and he'll drop some presents for you. He only drops like 2 or 3, which is a shame because in the original game he would drop like 6 or 8 presents for you. But in this game they nerfed that a little bit. I think because it's a little easier to catch him in this game than it was in the original game. Alright, let's just keep going here. Oh, there we go. Alright. I need to increase my health here a little bit. Let's see if we can get some... There's a ice cream. Damn it. Demon cow is chasing me. Alright, forget the parking meter. Let's just go. Okay, so that present, that high tops lasted a little longer than normal, if you recall. So yeah, one of Toejam's abilities is that the high tops present will last double time. It'll last twice as long as it would with a different character, so that's kind of cool. And high tops is one of the more useful presents, making Toejam a pretty good character to play with. Alright, we're past level 10. We're almost an hour in, so we're making pretty good time. Again, there's 25 levels, and there will always be 25, no matter what game mode you play on. And the last ship piece will always be on level 25 too. So levels 1 through 24, there are 9 ship pieces scattered throughout. I'm gonna risk this girl to get this present. This girl with the clipboard will like ask you to sign stuff, and if she bumps into you, you will take damage, but also lose some of your money, which can be problematic. All right, there we go. That's what I need. Nice fudge sundae. Get us back to full health. Okay, here we go. Oh, cool. There's another rhythm matching. Let's do that to try to get... Do we have space in our inventory? We actually don't. So let's... Oh, we had a change present though, didn't we? Yeah, let's try this. Change present. And we have a negative present, rain cloud. So we can change that one to something else. Decoy. Okay, that's useful. And let's take a chance on this broken present and see if we can just open it. So if we open it, it'll... Oh, nope, we failed. And wow, that did a lot of damage. That's more damage than I thought it would do. I don't open a lot of broken presents. So yeah, that does some damage. So that gives you an idea of what opening a broken present can get you. Alright, so we made up a beat. Now we just have to match it to get some bonuses here. There we go. I will note a disclaimer to this minigame. If you play online with a friend, this game you can play either locally or online up to 4 players in one game, so kind of fun. But if you play online with somebody who's in a different location, this rhythm matching game gets a lot trickier because it's based on, you know, the internet connection that you have. And there can be a delay if you're playing with a friend, and so just know that the rhythm matching gets difficult when you're connected to the internet and playing based on that. Okay, I believe this is a fake elevator. We'll show you what it looks like. So, fake elevator will eat you and gobble you up if you're not quick. If you don't get out of the elevator right away, it'll eat you up and take you back to the previous level. So not a huge setback, but... Oh, okay. Ah, dang it. We'll get Santa Claus. We'll try to get Santa Claus at some point in this game. We'll see. Alright, I'm pretty sure we gotta go this way. It's always good to have a nice stockpile of money. Alright, I think this is the elevator. Yep, there we go. Alright, moving right along. Level 12. Yeah, they definitely remastered and redid all of the music for this game. Some of the songs are the same as the original game, but I believe they wrote a few new songs too that definitely fit the genre very well. Ooh, okay, so full inventory. And you'll notice now, ready for promotion, great. Once you get to a certain level, like past level 10 or whatever, some of the Earthlings start getting stronger and stronger. So first of all, we're gonna do promotion. We are now Poindexter. Life bar size, speed. Alright, that's not bad. And we get an extra life. At certain levels, you get an extra life, which is cool. Alright, let's identify some presents with this guy too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, wow, nice. Okay, so there are 2 presents in this game that you gotta watch out for. The baby randomizer, which will randomize like a certain group of your presents, like 3 or 4 of your presents. It will take and randomize. And what I mean by that is like if you have identified what a present is on the inside, it will make it so the skin of that present will no longer contain what you think it's going to contain. So not only does it randomize the present that's in your inventory, but any other one that you find in the game that looks like that present. And it will draw from, and it'll put question marks under the name. It'll randomize it and randomize it with other presents in your present pool that haven't been identified yet. Same with the major randomizer. This is the one present you do not want to open in the entire game. In the original game, there was only one. It was just called the randomizer. And what it would do is every present that you have identified, it just wipes the slate clean and it randomizes every single present, and you have to go back to square one identifying all your presents. And this is a rough present to open if you get it late in the game. Like, it can be a game killer if you open it at the wrong time. So luckily, though, we identified it. So now we know to stay away from the white present with the red top on it. And I'm not even going to risk carrying this in my inventory. I'm going to drop that, and we're going to drop the baby randomizer too. Because I do not have a change present. So we're just going to get rid of those, and good riddance. Alright, so there's Santa Claus. Let's try to sneak up on him. Hopefully the shopping cart lady doesn't come back. So the key to Santa is you got to tiptoe up to him, but you can't move closer to him while he's looking around. You have to wait till he's digging in his sack. That's what she said. And while he's looking around, though, you can't move. And then you go in and boom, get him. And there he gave us oh my god, he gave us an amped major randomizer like that. No! Oh shit! Oh my god, I didn't realize I wasn't full health, and I jumped in the water, and that easily could have been death. So I need some food. So let's open this Fudge Sundae, get some food, and the door that opened up next to us is another mini game. This is it's called the Hyper Fight Zone. It just sends you along this crazy course, and you just press the A button to shrink down and avoid the obstacles. It gives you experience and some money, and that's about it. You just make it as far as you can before time runs out. That's all that is. So it can be an easy way to get some presents, and there's no negative effects for that at all. It won't damage you, or you won't lose any presents or anything. It just takes a little time. Okay, away from Lawnmower Man, and I remember where the elevator is on this level. Okay, don't need that. Oh man, the baby in the stroller, the baby alien, or baby Medusa, he's called. That is the Earthling equivalent of the randomizer present. If he bumps into you, he will randomize some of your presents, which is, again, not good. It's good to know what's in the presents that you have in your inventory. That's kind of the basics of this game. If you don't know, then you're gonna have a bad time. Okay, here we go.
Whoa!
Man mailbox. Hopefully won't see me. Yep, then he saw me. Naked guy in the cardboard box. we will stay away from as well. Okay, there we go. Oh no, there was a ship piece. Oh my god, there's a ship piece on that level. Okay, so we just got in the elevator without getting the ship piece on that level. But luckily, there's a very easy way to get back to the previous level. You know, I mentioned toward the beginning that we can just walk off the edge of the earth and we will go back to the previous level. So that's what we're going to do here, just so we don't forget about that ship piece. We could go all the way to the end of the game and save that ship piece at the end. Oh, sometimes a good Earthling will ask you for something. So in this case, he's saying, hey, you have a lot of presents, can I have one? Or they'll ask for some money. Hey, you have a lot of money, can I have some? And if you give them what they ask for, sometimes they'll reward you and sometimes they won't. So let's try. Really? You're the best. And that's it. So yep, I gave him a present and he didn't give me jack diddly in return. Thanks a lot, Carrot Man. But sometimes, like, if you give them a present, they'll give you 2 in return or something like that. So it's kind of a gamble. Okay. So we jump off the world. We need to collect this ship piece before we move on. So yeah, it always pays to keep an eye on the top of the screen there and make sure that you find the ship piece if there is one. But where is it on this level? Like, it must be down below. Here, let's try this. Does pathway go anywhere? Doesn't. Oh my god. Let's do time teleport. So the time teleport I mentioned, you get 20 seconds and you can teleport to random spots on the map as many times as you want in that 20 seconds. And maybe this will bring us closer to the ship piece. So let's do it. There's 1, 2. Nope, that's by the elevator. Come on. But it's random. That's the thing. So you might not get where you want to go. One more. Come on. Ah, shoot. All right. So that got us a little closer to where we need to go, but sometimes you hit that and it'll drop you like right where you need to. All right. The alien in the spaceship will randomize your stats, so that you don't want to bump into. Because he could like drop your speed down to 0, and that makes things very difficult. It's not permanent, but it does mess up your stats for a significant amount of time. Oh my god, see, I keep taking the wrong pathway. They designed these levels too good. Oh my god, the ghost cow is blocking my path. Come on. Oh my god. Really haven't. Okay, there. Hey, I've got $4.20. Nice. Okay. All right, there is ship piece number 4. That was only 4. I thought that was 5. Mystery present. So the presents that look like this with the question mark on the side, they do not follow the same rules as the other presents as far as the skin of the present. So if I have a question mark present and I open it and I find out what's inside, if I find another question mark present, it's going to be random. It's not going to be the same as the last question mark present. So it's called a mystery present, and you just never know what's going to be inside. The only way to find out is to pay a Carrot Man or use a present, identify present to figure out what's inside. Alright, here we go. We're gonna go around the internet troll. Oh my god, this guy's camping out again! Okay, so there you'll see that I took the hit. I took the hit from the boogeyman mailbox, and then the guy in the cardboard box left me alone. So that can be a good strategy sometimes to just, if you're being chased by multiple enemies, you can tank a hit from the enemy that'll do the least amount of damage, and then all the other ones chasing you will stop chasing you. So that's a good way to avoid a situation. Inner tubes don't come in handy very often. There are rare cases where an inner tube will be a good thing to have, but not. So, ooh, extra life, might as well. Wow, we've got a lot of presents. The light switch will change it to dark. It'll turn off the lights basically, or turn on the lights, but I don't like it when the lights are off. So, oh shoot, I just accidentally opened spring shoes, but that's okay. We'll just bounce around here, whatever. Spring shoes, so it lets you move so much faster. Look at this. You can cover so much ground. In the first game, the spring shoes were the worst present. Like they made you move slower, not faster. And it was just, oh, it's just so terrible. Alright, we're gonna drop that. This one up. Let's forget about the rhythm game and just go to the elevator. Is this a 3-man? Yes, it is. Oh man, we've done that. This late in the game, none of the mailboxes are going to be actual mailboxes. It pretty much will only be for the first like 5 levels. Every mailbox you see after level 5, you can pretty much guarantee it's going to be a boogeyman. Alright, we're going to sneak past this guy. The guy on the Segway will flatten us and do some damage. Sliding on the ice. Okay, so yeah, in the snow levels, the water is replaced by ice, but the Earthlings also won't follow you out onto the ice, and so that makes it like super easy to avoid the Earthlings on the snow levels. They're not gonna eat the moldy cheese. Alright, lawnmower guy is napping. I'm gonna sneak up. Don't wake him up. Alright, here we go. 13 down. So yeah, 25 levels goes, you know, like I said, you can beat the game in 2 hours, you know, if you're playing your cards right. And that's what makes the replayability so important with a game like this, is that the game doesn't take that long, you know, it only takes a few hours to beat. You can definitely do it in one sitting. But if you can't do it in one sitting, or if you're playing super casually and just, you know, not kind of taking your time with it, you can save. You can definitely save the game and pick it up at a later time, which is really nice. You couldn't do that with the original game. Another extra life. Damn. Let's do some anti-top. Oh, actually, let's do decoy. That will distract those guys, so we can pick this one up. Go. Oh shit! That troll got me. Okay. So jumping in the water will usually de-aggro the Earthlings. Sometimes it doesn't though, so you kind of have to be careful. Alright, I've got half health, so I gotta be careful diving into the water here. We're just trying to get to the elevator. Oh, and we're on to the ice cream trucks. So certain enemies don't spawn until a certain level. So that's another thing about this game, is that they really do level scaling pretty well. Meaning that as you progress through the levels, it gets harder and harder. Like the enemies become more frequent, or and different variations of the enemies will spawn, so that the game just gets harder. So level 15, for example, up at the top, you can see the dentist no longer has a white lab coat. He's got a black one, and he's kind of like a zombie version of the original dentist. He does even more damage. So definitely got to be careful. I don't think we're going to be able to get that Santa Claus. Yeah, okay, we're just going to go. Alright, we gotta stay. Oh my god. Stay away, stay away. Alright, go for the sunflowers. Okay. Alright, we need to make some room here. Let's try Good Earthling. Ooh. The Opera Lady, if you pay her $3, she will follow you around and sing and destroy every Earthling within a certain radius. So she is super useful on the hard mode. the hard gameplay setting, because there's Earthlings everywhere. Ooh, change present. Okay, cool. So that present was broken, and you'll notice Toejam said, I can fix this. And now that present is in our inventory, fixed. And whether or not they are able to fix the present is the present skill attribute that was mentioned earlier. Okay, so this guy's chasing us. We need some help. I think I'm just gonna use another decoy, just so that he won't get me. Get away from me. All right, so let's keep going. There's some pizza. There we go. We just really needed some food. And the different foods will also restore your health different amounts. There's the shit piece. So depending on what food it is, it'll restore it a little bit, or a medium amount, or a lot. So now we're ready for promotion, and luckily, Carrot Man right here. That is convenient. Next up, we are a peanut. Search and luck again. Okay, so luck is good to have sometimes. If I think it increases your chances of finding good things in the trees, and it also saves you from dying sometimes. If you like take a hit that would normally kill you, there's a small chance that your luck will like stop you at 1 HP. It'll keep you from dying. Okay, let's identify all these. Okay, sleep gas is good. Doorway brings you to you go through the door and it brings you to a random location on the map. Promotion levels you up to the next level. That's good. The root beer, kind of useless. And then burning up it sets you on fire. And it increases your speed. So like you run around on fire at really high speed. Oops. But it also does damage, of course. Alright, so got the ship piece. We just need to find that elevator. Oh man, the ice cream truck. So the ice cream trucks do some pretty massive damage, and they can pop up out of nowhere. So we gotta be real careful. Shopping cart lady moves really fast. Grab the ice cream. And the telephone despawns. Alright, this level, not going so great. Going for the candy cane. And I do not remember where the elevator is on this one. Is it over here? Nope. Right. So we gotta... God. Oh my god, circle strats, get on the road. So if you go onto a road or a sidewalk, it moves you faster. So it like increases your speed by 2 or 3 or something like that. So definitely lets you outrun things you wouldn't be able to without it. Yep, this was not the way to go. Dang it. Alright, back to... Yeah, we gotta go all the way down to the lower left. 15, so 10 levels left. 5 more ship pieces to get. And yeah, once you get to level 20, like, the difficulty ramps up a little bit. All the Earthlings will just do lots of damage. And I think there's more. I believe that there are more Earthlings to they're more difficult, but there's also more of them the higher you get in level. God! Oh, see? Wow. That's a lot of damage. There we go. There's the hidden pathway we're looking for. Here's the food. We do. So there's a food present, but there's a chance. There's like a 15% chance, I think, that this will be bad food, which would kill us at this point. So let's see if there's anything else. We should open some of these extra lives. Let's do change present. And we will change the burning up, because that's good. Here I am. That's even better. There's the elevator. Alright, Boogeyman mailbox right there. How are we gonna get around this guy? Let's do... Rose bushes might help. The high tops would definitely help. Oh, sleep gas, but if it's broken. All right, let's just do the high tops. I was saving the amped high tops because it's such a good present, but we'll just do it here. So the amped high tops lets you run a little faster, and it lasts for longer. Plus, Toejam gets added high top time anyways, so this will be good. And you jump farther too when you hit the edge with the amped high tops. So that didn't seem like it was worth it, but honestly, trying to get around that guy just by walking would have been pretty impossible, I think. Alright. The dark levels. I'm not a fan of the dark levels, but there's some bacon and eggs right there. If this shopping cart lady will get off my sack for a second. Okay, here we go. We're going, baby! Yes, the amped high tops. You can run so fast. You have to be careful though, because... Oh, no presents there. If you hit a ledge, you'll just go flying in that direction. Like, it'll jump and just launch you in that direction. So if you gotta be careful about where you're running with these things. Man. And this way. Oh jeez, I just ran right into the ghost cow. Man, ice cream tree. Telephone. And that was no help. But the telephone does give you experience, if nothing else. Because you get 50 experience points for every tile of the map that you uncover. Oh, shh! Okay, that was not... Whoa, okay. Money! There we go. And we still have a little bit of high top stuff. See, like that present lasts for so long when you're with Toejam. Toward the end, the levels get harder, but if you save your presents for the harder levels, then those levels can go even quicker than the first levels, because you have these awesome presents to do stuff. Money. Oh. All right, ice levels can be bothersome because when you're walking in the snow, sometimes you like walk slower, like you sink down into deep snow and it slows you down a little bit. Okay, this is not the real elevator, if I recall. It was identified, but we'll try it out anyways. Missed me. Oh, there we go. So yeah, if there's a telephone that spawns, you can hear it. Like, even if it's not on the screen, as long as you're close enough to it in the world, you can still hear it. So you can look for it before it spawns. God, you move so much faster on the ice too. Really makes navigating these snow levels a lot easier. There we go. Purple Devil, which is a little quicker and faster than the Red Devil that we saw earlier in the game. And snow. There we go. Alright. Level 18, moving right along. Should be on this level. Before these Earthlings, though, we're gonna let them walk by. There we go. There. Ooh, rhythm game. Oh, the little girl with the teddy bear does some pretty major damage. We're gonna play the rhythm game to kind of let her walk away a little bit, get some distance. There we go. And the higher you get in the dance level too, the more stuff you get. So like there we got $2 and 1 present just for winning one of the beats. All right, now we make one up. Yeah, the more complex you make your beat, the better your prize is. So you might as well make something that's relatively complex. Wow. All right. Got another Earthling and telephone. Telephone is not a bad thing to have. Oh, nice. So I was waiting for one of our extra life presents to become amped. Just to open it. So let's open these extra life presents. Here's one. Extra life. And if it's amped, you get an extra life plus a boost to one of your stats, which is cool. We'll just leave the Earthling present. Let's just open these other extra lives. Might as well. We have 8 lives. I'm feeling pretty confident in this game, guys. I feel like we're gonna make it. Don't think we have any danger of losing all of our lives before level 25. But let's see how it goes. Never know. Here's the baby Medusa. We want to... Oh, nice. Okay. Telephone. Okay, so chip piece first. There aren't going to be any decoy ship pieces, so that's good. You know, there are decoy elevators, but you see a ship piece, it's the ship piece. $1 or $2. Okay. Oh my god. Alright, so when you enter your present menu, everything kind of pauses, but not entirely. So like, it won't allow any Earthling that's aggroed on you to come any closer, but they still are like coming your direction. So as soon as you exit the present menu, they'll like continue on their path. So it doesn't give you a lot of advantage. But at least it does stop them where they are, which is really nice. So you can kind of take your time and plan out what you want to do here. So we need something to get us away. All right, let's do the sleep gas. It's broken, but there's a good chance it'll open. So let's do it. So boom, that puts them to sleep, and then we can tiptoe away from them. Now, I am like 100% sure this is not the elevator, but let's go in there just to make sure. Yep. And this is not the way we're gonna have to get to the elevator. I'm pretty sure we have to go around the other way, but there's a path here. There? No, there's not. Okay, so that is a long way. You can see, like having to go like basically all the way around. Let's take our luck with the doorway, I think. I do have a doorway present. Yeah, that's okay. Let's see where this leaves us. So, this will just bring you to a random location on the map. And hopefully, we can't get any farther away from the elevator right now. Okay, so... Oh, but okay. So, I mentioned before that you will never find yourself in a situation where you can't get to the elevator unless you use a present to get to a place. So there are islands that spawn in the world generation that don't have any hidden paths leading to them. And you can only access those islands through presents. And we just did that. We just opened a doorway and it dropped us on an island that doesn't have any secret paths leading to it. So we need to do something to get off this island here. We either need to use another present, which nothing we have will move us on the map anywhere. Nope. We do have one mystery present we could try. The last ditch effort would be to just fall off the edge, go back to the previous level, and go back up. But that takes a lot of time. So let's open this present and see what we got. It's amped, so hopefully it's not negative. Organic power food, so that will fill up your health all the way. Okay, we don't have anything else that can that can get us, so we are actually forced to fall off the edge of the world right now. Alright, so that doorway kind of backfired, but whatever. Maybe, so when you fall down to the previous level, it will also drop you on a random spot on that level. So, okay, yeah, we're not too far from the elevator, because we've got this ice to move on. Just go like this, and there we go. Alright, so that wasn't too bad. But yeah, when you go down a level, it'll just drop you at a random spot. So sometimes it'll drop you right next to the elevator of the previous level. So that's kind of nice. Alright, so now we know which way to go at least.
Your lady.
Follow this road up this way. Stuff going on. That football player will do some major knockback. So if you don't want to be standing close to the edge when he's around. Oh, okay. We successfully identified the total bummer present. This present will just instantly kill you when you open it. So that is a good one to have identified. We've actually gotten pretty good luck with identifying the bad presents. Promotion, we've got the carrot guy right here, so let's just do that real quick. Rats, you're a dude. No way, dude. Good skill, inventory size, and speed. Like I said, speed is definitely the most important. It just lets you avoid the Earthlings so much easier. This is the right way, right? Yeah. There we go. Oh man, the ghost lawnmower guy. So like I said, there's like different variations of certain ones. So like we saw just the regular guy with the lawnmower in previous levels. Then when you get to one of the higher levels, around level 18, there's a ghost lawnmower man who does even more damage and moves even faster. So different variations of the enemies as you get to higher levels. And listen, there's actual elevator music playing, and he's saying, like, I must be going crazy. That was one thing, yeah, I mentioned before. In the original game, these little speech bubbles would pop up, and they would say different things based on what's going on around them and what the situation is. And they kept that for this game, and I'm really glad it is. So, like, he's walking on hot sand, and he says, ouch, it's hot. Just a little quirk of the game. Kind of funny. Okay. Baby Medusa will randomize her presence. Keep away. Spanish Inquisition dude will send us to the previous level. Stay away from him too. Excuse me. Okay, that is not the elevator. Football player is gonna knock us back quite a bit. Okay. I generally only use the search button when there's no Earthlings around to, oh jeez. But sometimes there's Earthlings in the trees and the houses and stuff. So you gotta be careful. But the search function is, oh nice! If there's a Santa Claus in the bush, it'll just automatically give you the presents, which is kind of cool. Okay, jeez, the sunflowers. Okay, so the red alien in the spaceship is even meaner than the green alien in the spaceship. He will demote you back to the previous level. So we're a dude right now, we would go back to being a, whatever the previous level was, a peanut. So that is not good. Okay, but we did uncover where the chip piece is, all the way over there. Let's see, Carrot Man is up there, but we don't need him. Well, we do have a couple presents he could identify. I want to drop this total bummer present, just so we don't accidentally open it. let's talk to the Carrot Man and... Okay, so when you talk to the good guys, if I didn't mention it before, when you talk to the good guys, that will de-aggro any Earthling that is attached to you, so that's good. Here we go. Ooh, okay, so show ship piece. Gassy tummy is a... it's exactly what it sounds. It lets you release gas from your body, and it will keep Earthlings away. So, kind of silly. And then show wise man is it's like the show elevator or show ship piece present. It will identify where the wise man is on the map, which can be very useful. All right, so we need to find a way. I'm gonna uncover these. Ooh, that is an extra life present, which it is. Oh no, it's a mystery. It looks a lot like what the extra life present looked like. All right, we got to get to that ship piece first. Oh my god. Zombie dentist.
Your lady.
Oh, an ice cream truck. Oh my god. Okay.
Huh.
Okay. Yeah, we're definitely getting to high enough levels here where the Earthlings just are showing no mercy. I'm not sure where the hidden path is. The ship piece, but let's try this one. We don't really have a choice. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Yep, this should do it. The elevator is either the one way at the top of the map or the one in the middle. I'm guessing it's the one way at the top, though. Bunkerific Coolifier. So you get experience when you find the ship pieces too, which is nice. And then our bonus this time, present. Nice. Alright, let's try. So we found all of the really bad negative presents. We found the major randomizer, the minor randomizer, and the total bummer. And we know what the rain cloud is, so there's not a whole lot of other like really bad presents to open. The randomizers and the total bummer are the worst of them. And then the other ones will do some damage to you or stuff like that, but relatively speaking, they're not as bad as the randomizers. So we could open presents without fear, really. I'm sure I'll come to regret those words, but we probably could. Oh my god, this level. So many pathways. Oh boy. Alright, let's see what this one is. Oh no! Expel presents. Shoots presents out of your inventory. But they will not go over the edge, which is very nice. So we can just collect those. Back up. There we go. Okay. Sneak by this mailbox. Hopefully. Drone Man will force you to open a present, but we dumped all of our super negative presents. Oh god, that's not it! Oh, okay, oh jeez. It's right over here. Okay. That, I wasn't even looking at the map, so I didn't see which one I was going into. Alright, level 20. So we got 5 levels left. 3 ship pieces left, I think. We can check to see how many. Alright, level 20. Ship piece on this level, and if we press start, I think we can look at... I thought there was a way to check how many ship pieces you have left. Oh, 7 out of 10. It's right there. 7 out of 10. So, yep, we need 3 more. Alright, I'm not sure where to go on this one. Let's just try this weird way. I feel like this is where you have to go. Like, this seems like really unnecessary, and that's usually where you end up having to go on the fixed world levels. Or maybe not. It doesn't look like it. Well, let's uncover this tile anyways. Okay, Ghost Cow isn't gonna let me go there. What do we have here? I'm just looking to speed this up a little bit. We can do... I might just try this mystery one, because there's a couple good presents that we haven't opened up, either the Icarus wings and like that, but I don't want to be on one of these pathways, though, if it happens to be a Rocket Skates present. Visibility paint. Alright, so that's a good one, but not useful to us right now. Invisibility paint makes you invisible to the Earthlings. So that's very useful. You can walk around without them seeing you. I think you can still take damage, though, if you bump into them. So you still have to be careful. It doesn't make you ethereal, it just makes you invisible. Alright, so there's the path to the elevator. This is the actual elevator, too, if I recall correctly. So we just gotta find the ship piece, which this way. Oh, presents! So you can't enter into a conversation with him if you don't have presents to identify, meaning that you can't de-aggro the enemies. Okay, here we go. So the black ice cream truck is even worse than the white one. So the white ice cream truck will drive around. It's pretty fast and does some pretty significant damage, but it will also drop ice cream cones on the ground. So you can like heal yourself from the ice cream that it drops. The black truck, however, drops moldy cabbage instead of ice cream, which is not good. Here, I'm just gonna use one of these light switches that'll make this level a little easier.
There you are.
Oh my god, stay away from me! There we go, there's the ship piece. So the black ice cream truck, yeah, drops moldy cabbage instead of ice cream, and it is, I believe, instant death if you get hit by the black ice cream truck. No matter how big your life bar size is, it will drain your health to 0. So that is definitely one to avoid. Zombie Dentist does a significant amount of damage, but we are fast enough to... Oh no! Oh! Okay, so this thing will keep forcing you to open presents. Dang it, it just opened up our show elevator present. The show elevator one can be really useful. Just to be able to speed up, the level a little bit in looking for where the elevator is. Oh my god, the black ice cream truck dropped a moldy cabbage right in my way. Oh, let's here, fudge sundae, and then we'll just. Oh no, I forgot that when you add food, there's a little puking animation that goes along with it. Dang it, and that let. Oh my god, I have like 0 health right now. Okay. We need some food. Dang it, I just ate my fudge sundae. If I do a promotion, will that fill up my health bar? Not sure, actually. Maybe if I get the health bar size increase. Oh, there we go. Life bar increase. Oh, it did not. It did not give me back my health. That's good to know. Watermelon. There's something. Well, I mean, I'm not too worried. We've got 9 lives to burn through in 5 levels, so I think we're doing pretty good. Alright, level 21. We are in the home stretch here. Let's see if we can wrap this game up in the next 20 minutes. Watermelon. Okay, where do we need to go on this one? I'm trying to remember. I'm just trying to avoid that baby Medusa, to be honest. Alright, let's go. Oh, man. I think it's down this way. Sunday. That will do it. Let's try going... Nope, not that way. Oh my god. Alright, we need something here. I'm not... tomatoes aren't gonna cut it. Amp this level, Gassy Tummy. Let's do it. Oh my god. Oh, I thought you pressed the button to make the gas come out. It just comes out automatically, I guess. So it comes out at random intervals. And it'll just... Oh my god, you still got me! Like, this is why this present is useless. I think if you eat food, like eat the taco or something, it should extend your gassy tummy. Like, you should get more time with it. No, I'm not giving you a present. You didn't give me shit last time. Alright, let's just grab this burger and bust out of here. Actually, I want that present too. The devils are pretty easy to avoid. Oh my god, of course it's not good. Shoot, is it up or down? I don't remember. Let's try up. And nope. I'm gonna go this way. Rhythm game. Easy money, easy presents. Oops. Oh god. I totally screwed that up. The rhythms do get a little harder as you increase in level, but I totally mucked that up. Money, easy presents, right, Craig? Yeah, okay, whatever. 2, 1, yeah! There we go. Sure, why not? Hyperfunk Zone.
Hyperfunk Zone.
Get a few extra experience points here. So yeah, this is just, it automatically, like I'm not moving, like he runs automatically and all you have to do is just press the button to shrink down to avoid the obstacles. There's clocks you can get to extend your time, presents for bonuses, and then there's openings back to the real world that you have to avoid if you want to stay in the Hyperfunk Zone. I think the elevator's on the other side of that guy.
Money!
God, leave me alone. Oh my god, oh my gosh. Oh, I wonder if that's a real mailbox. Alright, we're not gonna try it. Okay, we gotta circle back around. Luck with the Earthlings has not been great in the last few levels. Get out of here. Paul Blart. There we go. Okay. Alright, level 22. Here we go. Nearing the end. And yeah, again, not too worried. We've got 9 lives, so there's very little that could happen that would really injure us. But again, these last levels get pretty crazy. So, you know, the black ice cream truck, that's instant death. The little ghost girl with her teddy bear, the ghost version of her, like, also does pretty good damage. That's pretty much instant death as well. Alright, so no shit piece on this one. We just gotta get to the elevator. Carrot Man, we are ready for a promotion, dog. Congrats, you're a player.
You're late.
I mean, I know. The game feels the need to tell me that, but...
You're late.
Search skill, inventory size, and luck. And an extra life, so now we've got 10. So, yeah, I think we're doing alright. Nice. Okay. Okay. Lisa needs to get off my grill. Oh, excuse me. Okay.
Whoa.
Oh, these fixed world levels are so big and so pointless. The random world levels can get a little tedious as well, but they're completely random, so more often than not, they could just be really small levels that are easy to find the elevator in. So you never know what you're going to get, but these fixed world levels just keep going and going and going. Elevators on this island. Oh, Blart is hanging out here. Alright. Alright. 3 levels left. Almost done. Oh yeah, we're gonna be right at 2 hours probably for the full game. Go. 2 ship pieces left. Not on this one, so level 24 will have one, and then the last one will be on level 25.
Huh.
Okay. Let's see. Trying to remember this level. No idea. I played this fixed world now, I don't know, a dozen times or so, and root beer and an earthling. Oh my god, the root beer. Okay. Luckily it spawned this guy who will heal you up for a buck. Okay, I think that's that. There we go, nice. Oh, that... And they definitely, I don't know if you want to call it a nerf or a buff, but the root beer in the first game did the same thing. It would heal you a tiny bit and then give you the burps, but the burps wouldn't freeze you. It wouldn't keep you from moving at all. You would just burp. So, but in this game, you have to stop, and he does a little burp animation before you can keep moving again. So if you're getting chased by something, not ideal. So I'm gonna hide out in these sunflowers until the root beer wears off. And then we've got 2 levels left, so let's do it. Okay, no more root beer. Oh my god, why did I think he was right there? Oh my god. Okay, that's alright. So that will drop us back at the previous level. So I mentioned, if you're in the sunflowers, you can't, they're not going to see you, and you can't get hurt either, unless you move. Like, as long as you're standing still, you won't get moved. But if you move, then that, like, takes away that protection from the sunflowers. And I was stupid enough to move. Whoa. Oh my god! Oh my god! So there I got the Fall Fest achievement. I think that means I fell off the edge of the world 5 times in one game. Alright, so just as we're nearing the end, I am getting knocked off and knocked off. But we know where the elevator is on these levels, so it shouldn't be too tricky to get back, as long as we can find the right pathway. Oh, cool. Phone. 100 XP. Okay, do I have any food? Let's open this. Nice. Awesome. So yeah, if you open a food present, I think it's an 85% chance that it'll be good food, and a 15% chance it'll be bad. Something to keep in mind. Okay. Level 23. At least we know where the elevator is, though. Oh, these ice cream trucks. Get away. Jeez. Oh my gosh. Okay. And you think this is stressful? Like, wait till we get to the hard mode, or God forbid, the extreme mode. So, cards on the table, I have not yet completed extreme mode. I've tried it several times, and I've not been able to do it. It is very difficult. We'll get there eventually. The hard mode is actually kind of fun. Because the hard mode is the same as random mode, where every level is randomized. But in hard mode, it's pretty much the same thing, except it just spawns way more enemies. Like, there's twice as many enemies on the map. And that's really it. That's all that makes hard mode different than anything else. Okay, so let's just walk this way. Oh my god, little girl with the teddy bear, but I want the fudge sundae. Oh, wow. Oh, jeez, that was close. Okay, zombie dentist, nudist in the cardboard box, and sunflowers. There we go. Okay. Just gonna move from sunflower patch to sunflower patch. I have no idea where the ship piece is. Really don't need Santa Claus right now. There we go. Oh. Is it? Oh. Go tiptoe, tiptoe. On to leave this tile uncovered. Okay. I just didn't want the ship piece to be way over there on the left before I moved on to the rest of the map.
Baby wants a hug.
Oh, baby doesn't want a hug. No, no, no. Okay, there we go. There we go, there it is. Oh my god, that football player is coming right for me. I have no idea if getting the ship piece de-aggroes them or not. Well, we're gonna find out. It does not. Okay. Fair enough. Let's do one of these. Oh no, it was bad food. It wasn't enough to kill us though, so that's good. Alright. We gotta get back to the mainland here.
Whoa.
What do we... Must be up here. We already checked here. Must be like way up here. Where Santa Claus is. Yep, there we go. Oh my gosh. These fixed world levels just taking you way out of the way.
Whoa.
Nice. Okay. This one. No, it's not. I remember this. There's nothing over here. We gotta go back this way. Oh, man. Okay, so the boombox is good. The boombox distracts the Earthlings so they don't attack you. The Black Friday present causes the Earthlings to attack each other, which is funny. Decoy also distracts them. So we've got some options here if if we need to distract them at all. Oh shoot, no, not this way. We need to go this way. Okay. God, I don't know if this is gonna work. Wait, rose bushes. Yes. No! Oh, he drove right through it. Oh, I thought we were gonna make it the whole way without dying. Shoot. So the ice cream truck basically just drove right through the rose bushes. That's good to know. That the rose bushes aren't necessarily gonna stop an ice cream truck. Ooh, amp 5. That's a good present. Okay, where is this elevator? There it is. Okay. We need to go down this way, I think. There we go. There we go. And there it is. Okay. Alright. Alright, so we are coming up on the last level here. Almost done. Yeah, it'll be just about 2 hours even that we are wrapping up this game. So yeah, that's not too bad. And the fixed world, like I said, have some of the biggest levels. And I was going through this pretty quick because I kind of know where some of the stuff is. But the fixed world will probably take you the longest amount of time. And the random world, yes, you don't know where things are, but there's a good chance that the levels will be easy. There's also a chance the levels will be kind of hard, but generally, I don't remember the random worlds taking any longer than 2 hours. But it could. You could get some really difficult levels in there that take 20 minutes or whatever to beat one level. You never know. Okay. I do not remember where the last piece is. Well, last level, we might as well use everything we have. So we have. Oh, wait, okay. Wait, I got it. Because we have a show ship piece. Yes, we do. And alright, this is gonna be top tier move we're gonna pull here. So if you have a show ship piece present, or a show elevator present, or a show wise man present, if you open it, it'll mark that thing on the map. It'll show you where it is on the map. But if that present is amped, not only will it show you where it is on the map, it will also teleport you right to that location. So if we are able to amp this present, it'll bring us right to the ship piece. Ergo, vis-a-vis, we win the game. So we do have a amp 5 present. Now what this present does is it takes 5 random presents in your inventory and it will amp them. It will make them amped. But we have a lot of presents here. We have 26 presents, so the odds that it'll pick the show ship piece one, not so good. But what we can do is either use up or just drop some of these presents. So I'm going to drop basically all of our presents. So we're down to 5, don't need the inner 2. So amp 5, and here now we have 5 presents in our inventory besides this one, so it has to pick those 5. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we have an amped show ship piece present, which will bring us right to the ship piece. I'm just gonna, just for the heck of it, go open up. I amped one of the promotion presents. That'll get us to the next level. You're a homie. Just for the heck of it. I'm a homie now. Alright. Let's see. Anything else we want to open? Nah, I think we're good. Alright, so here we go. What we're going to do then is just open up this amped show ship piece. Boom. And that will teleport us right to the ship piece. And you don't need to find the elevator on the last level because there's only 25 levels. So 10 out of 10 ship pieces. There it is. As soon as you find that last ship piece, it's game over. So that is it. That is the entirety of the gameplay for Toejam and Earl. And now we just have the epilogue. So now that we have completed the ship and it is fully functional, now we go back to their home planet called Funkatron. And this song, it's kind of a banger actually. I like it.
My name is Toejam.
Earl. So this is the planet that they come from. The design of it is loosely based on the second game. The second game takes place on Funkatron, not on Earth.
This is a crazy place.
So these are all the buddies that were helping us out with the rhythm game. They were projecting themselves as holograms on Earth so that they could help us out and get us some power-ups. So we're going to follow the yellow brick road here, all the way down to the end game.
These crazy earthlings stressing out. This crazy world is upside down. You know that.
Right. And so Lamont is the ruler of Funkatron. He's like the funk lord or whatever you want to call it. So he gives you a bonus when you beat the game. But also when you beat the game, you get to unlock one of the other playable characters. So we have Ebo. He's got 3 eyes and 4 legs. We have Geek Jam, who is like a nerdy version of Toejam, I guess. And then we have Earl's mom, is a playable character. So we'll just go ahead and unlock Ebo. Can I join you on your next adventure? You sure can, Ebo. Come on along, buddy. You can only unlock 1 character per playthrough, so you have to get all the way to the end of the game in order to unlock the next character. So now we've got Peebo. We can play as Peebo. And then to end the game, we talk to Lamont, and he gives you another bonus. So the other aspect of this game are the power hats. So Lamont has a collection of power hats. He says, you now get to select a new power hat from my collection. And he will give you a choice of, every time you beat the game, he'll give you a choice of 3 hats. There's a pool of, I think, like 15 or 20 hats to choose from. And every time you beat the game, it'll take 3 hats out of that and allow you to unlock it. So let's pick the hat of Great Beauty. So now, that hat will randomly spawn sometimes when we're playing the game. It'll show up in a bush or a tree or something, and it'll give you an added power-up for that level that you find the hat. Cool, so we got the piece of cake achievement, which is complete fixed world game. And this is it. So yeah, we can kind of walk around here while they're dancing and partying, but we will just go ahead and end the game. And that is the end. That is Toejam and Earl back in the groove, the fixed world gameplay. So quite a fun game. You can see like toward the end of the game there, it gets really intense. A lot of Earthlings flying around, and you have to use those presents wisely and, you know, budget your dollars as well as you can. That one went pretty smooth, but it can get really hairy in there. One other little thing to mention too, if we didn't know, so the designers of this game, the developers, one of the executive producers of this game is none other than Sir Macaulay Culkin. That is the actual Macaulay Culkin from the Home Alone film franchise. If you didn't know, his middle name is also Macaulay Culkin. He started an internet poll years back to choose. He let the internet pick his middle name, and they chose Macaulay Culkin. So his full name is Macaulay Culkin. Just a little piece of trivia there. But he backed this game. I don't know why. I haven't looked into why he was an executive producer on this game. I imagine he played it, though, when he was a kid, because he would have been like, yo, this game came out like right around the time that like Lost in New York, Home Alone Lost in New York came out. So I imagine he like was just playing it, you know, on set. I imagine he just played the game when he was a kid, and then when he heard that they were making a reboot, that he decided to throw some money at it. So I'm glad that he did. All right, so yeah, that was the Toejam and Earl Back in the Groove fixed world.